Hello everyone, I'm Chesty44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. Last episode, we did a bit of looking around the town a bit more. Spoke with a merchant, Arisen Cray, and a merchant who also wants us to help protect this caravan. Also a guy who drank a potion carelessly and ended up invisible, so we'll help him out. That is just a regular false shard. Not gonna take that. Couple bodyguards around here. Something back here. Dagger, battle axe, dune. Alright, let's go talk to the chieftain. It's about time. Numerian spellcasters are here. Hello, Sigvorn. How did you even get across to this side? I'll be having a few choice words with the guards of the crossing. Come on in, since you're here. Ysena asks for something from this list. Sigvorn looks at the note with a frown. If Issa wants to help that dimwit, I won't object, except that I'm sick to the back teeth of him. His antics may be minor, but this molehill's already grown into a mountain. Tell him to come to me for the cure. I'll lock him up, let him sit and think for a while. Trust me, a day or two spent pondering his life choices will do wonders for him. Do you need any help with the quarantine? No, I'll handle it just fine. I've already sent off for a healer. Bjord, my advisor, took care of it. The healer is delayed in coming, of course. Sigvorn clicks his tongue in frustration. You'd think he'd hurry his nag a little after the fortune I paid him. Well, no point in fuming over it. He'll be here any day now. Why won't you let Ysena help? If you've talked to her, you probably understand the reason yourself. She is a heedless one. She believes Serena will protect her from everything, and she'll walk through fire armed with that faith. And the disease is dangerous. 3 of our people have died already. That's why I've put all the sick in one house and put a guard on the door. It's the safest thing to do until the healer gets here. There's something else. The reason why Issa is so troubled by the whole thing. The disease reared its head after the feast day, and do you know which feast it was? The one in honor of our wolf. Ysena is in charge of the preparations every year, so she torments herself, she feels guilty, and it takes a clear head to deal with any serious job. You have an advisor. His name is Bjordolf. I brought him all the way from Numeria. He was in my party. He wasn't much use in combat, but he has applied himself here. What do you know about the disease? Barely anything. It all began right after the feast in honor of our Serena. They hadn't even taken the garlands off the gates that evening when the first one fell sick. Maybe they brought in the disease along with some foreign goods. Maybe it's something else, but people are hurting and dying. Talk to Bjord, he can tell you more. Your people might not last until help arrives. Sigvorn's hands curl into fists and his brow furrows. I am aware! What do you suggest I do, then? I can't get a healer from Ustalav. The border is closed. Not that I want anything to do with those ghouls. Alright, it can't hurt. Go have a look if you like. I'll tell my people to let you go where you please. But Ysena is not allowed to go anywhere near the sick. If you figure out a way to weed out the disease, come and we'll talk. I want to ask about something. What are your thoughts on Gundren? Oh, what a thing to ask. I'm the chief here, you know. My thoughts? They are the same thoughts my good father has on his child. For all their faults, they're still my child. I think I regret every day I ever spent away from this place. This is my home, my tribe, and my tribe needs me. I won't let its spirit stiffen and wither, bound by old traditions. Mages, technology, even horned devils for crying out loud. We will absorb it all and turn it to our benefit. One way or another, Gundren will live. I'm listening to you, and I don't know what to make of it. On the one hand, Chief, I'll put it plainly, you're talking nonsense. When has ensorcelry ever helped us? But then again, you've got the Sarkorian spirit. You're talking, Balderdash, but you're talking like a chieftain. What are we supposed to do, friend? Old Sarkoris died 100 years ago. The whole world's been turned upside down. What used to be reasonable is madness now, and what sounded like madness now makes sense. Times have changed. Sigvorn gives Ulbrich a friendly thump to the shoulder. But our spirit's the same as ever, no matter what century we're in. Tell me about yourself. I am the chieftain. Sigvorn shrugs his mighty shoulders, his face radiating calm dignity that gives you an indication of how much the word means to him. Do you see this sword? He nods over his shoulder at the worn, leather-bound hilt. I got it from my father, as he got it from his father, as he got it from his. And the one who originally forged it and let it drink the blood of his enemies was a Sarkorian chieftain, many moons before the fall of this land. And what was his name? Tell me, chieftain, what is your clan name? And what is the name of this fine sword of yours? Want to test me, do you? Very well, I'll present myself as is proper. I am Sigvorn Daughtry, son of Aswald Daughtry, grandson of Walder Daughtry. Our clan was founded by Trovan Daughtry, the great smith who trapped Dragonflame in his forge. And as for my sword, its name was lost along with our homeland. My grandfather died defending his home when my father was just a babe. The sword survived, but my grandfather took its name to his grave. May I take a look? Ulbrich examines the scabbard and hilt of the sword with reverence, cautiously touching the tongues of flame etched on the guard. I knew your great-grandfather, Wilbur Daughtry, and this blade. I've seen it in battle. Its name is Dawncutter, and I see that you have not dishonored it or your ancestors. Dawncutter. Sigvorn presses his lips to the sword's handle and bows his head before Ulbrich. Thank you. Never have I been given so precious a gift. What are these metal things on the walls? Oh, these. Everyone here gawks at them, but I got used to seeing them back in Numeria. He nods at the peculiar decorations on the walls of his dwelling. That machine can predict the coming of rain. That one tells time. And, this one is just a trophy. A memento of the glorious past of a Numerian mercenary. Yes, I'm telling you this openly. My band and I, we're not ashamed of it. You're not ashamed. Fair enough. But you've got nothing to be proud of either. You're wrong. A victory's a victory, even if it's in a foreign land in a foreign war. Without those victories, without the trophies and experience we brought back from Numeria, do you think Gondron would still be standing today? What's your opinion of Isena? Issa does good work. She's a fine lass. I have no quarrel with her as the tribe's shaman. Those old traditions of hers, on the other hand. How are we supposed to get anywhere if we're always looking over our shoulder? Issa has to understand. Everything changes in this world, and we must change along with it. What matters is what you hold in your heart. And that's where I hold Sarkoris. Yes, this is Numerian armor, but underneath it I'm still the same descendant of a Sarkorian chieftain. I swear it in Serana's name. There are some things you shouldn't do for the sake of surviving. There are some things that shouldn't be changed. Listen to the shaman, chief. It's a centuries-old tradition for every tribe to have its own shaman, and there's a good reason for it. Maybe you're right, but is it also a centuries-old tradition that the chieftain and the shaman have to be at each other's throats? It is, and that's the truth. Well, I mean, fair enough. Thank you for your answers. I have to go. Right you are. No time to be sitting idle. We all have business to take care of. So let's speak to Bjordolf. Bjordolf, advisor to the chieftain. At your service, Outlanders. I am strongly advising you against looking into this matter. Why would famed warriors like you concern yourselves with the quarantine? But I won't go against the chief's orders. Ask me whatever you want to know. How long have people been ill? A couple of days, since the evening of our feast day in honor of Serena the Protector. What are the symptoms of the disease? Oh, the symptoms are horrible indeed. Stomach cramps, weakness, and fever. The affliction brings down strapping men as well as children and the old. Take my advice. Do not venture close to the sick or the bodies. Serena protects those who protect themselves. Tell me about yourself. About myself? Oh, I'm not worthy of your notice. I'm just a man who does his duty. You say so. And is there anything in here? We've got... Okay, a few things I can pick up. That's just a regular falcata.
This is my kind of work.
Ooh. Owl's Cowl. What is that? This cowl gives the wearer a +6 enhancement bonus to Wisdom. If the wearer benefits from any shifter aspect, they also gain a +2 circumstance bonus to damage with all natural attacks. If it's worn together with the cat's boots, the wearer additionally gains a +2 circumstance bonus to AC. Cat's boots. Something I'm going to need to keep an eye out for. Alright, if you don't mind, unshift. And then wear that. And shift again. I think that's worth it to have. Alright, looks like we have some investigating around town to do. Probably outside town as well. I don't know if anyone's going to have anything to say, but we'll look around, see what we can find out. We'll speak to everyone we can. Troubled merchant? Nothing to say. Barkeep? Nope, nothing to say. A reason? Nothing to say. I guess we gotta go to the other side. Axeman. Nothing to say. Smart boy. Whoa! Look at you in your fancy clothes. It's obvious you're no local. The boy, who looks about 10 years old, shoots you a sly smile. He seems like a sharp one. That's right, I come from far away. Oh, you're from Numeria! He waves his hand nonchalantly, but then frowns. Or is it Ustalav? If you're from Ustalav, you better beat it. We don't like people from there. Do you live here? Yeah, in that big house over there. I know everything about this whole town. Can you tell me about the feast day you recently celebrated? Oh, it was even better than usual. I helped make garlands out of flowers for the gate. Asenna summoned the spirit of the great wolf, and that evening there was a man handing out food, and he didn't even want any money for it. Do you know the person who was handing out food at the celebration? No, I don't know him, but I did see him. He was like you, from somewhere else. He said he was a pilgrim. He went from house to house giving out meat, totally free of charge. A pilgrim, you say? Gondron's a tiny place. It's got no big or famous shrines. So why would there be pilgrims here? Then he left town and headed straight for the hill. I followed him. Figured maybe he'd start giving out sweets or fruit next. But no, he's got a camp there and some guard golems. I kept an eye on it for a bit longer, then I came back. Huh. Someone with some golems. That's curious. Okay, this has all been taken care of, so whoever that guy was, he's gone. Well, let's keep looking around, see if we can find anything else. Ah, we can go in here. Into the infirmary, sure. See if we find anything of use. I feel so rotten. I don't even know if I'm alive or dead anymore. Have you been sick long? It's been 2 days, if I can still tell day from night with this damn pain in my gut. Can you describe your symptoms? I'm weak as a 3-day-old pup. I'm sweating buckets and it's like I have a devil in my gut screaming and kicking its hooves. When did you fall ill? Right after the celebration, the one in honor of Serena. It was so beautiful, and as soon as it ended, this started. The last thing I remember is a pilgrim knocking on my door and offering me some baked cabbage and meat. It tasted so good. Oh, my poor gut. Did the other sick townsfolk take the food too? What kind of question is that? Of course, everyone did. The food was delicious, perfectly fresh, and the smell was enough to make your mouth water. Okay. I don't want to die. I'm only 43. I've got my whole life ahead of me.
I'm off.
Okay. So, it seems pretty obvious that it was the food. and whoever was serving that food. Let's keep looking around. Sad old man.
Oh, Pooch, did you really die because of me? They say the brightest stars burn the quickest. Then how come you died, Rubus, you dim-witted mutt?
The portly man sighs, looking at the dead dog. What are you grieving over?
I feel sorry for the poor pup. He was such a sweetie, even if he was a bit dumb. In all the time he'd lived here, he'd only bitten 3 people, and every one of them deserved it. That fop from Ustela, Mr. Cray, and a couple of outsiders.
Was this your dog?
Oh, no, he was just a stray. I just feed them. I don't mind doing it, and it makes them happy. It wasn't my treats that killed him, was it?
Where did you get the food you gave to the dogs?
Just from some pilgrim what was going from house to house the other day. Holy people are always welcome around here, especially when they're offering such good meat.
Pilgrims are usually poor folk. They go door to door begging for a crust of bread. But you're telling me these ones were handing out meat left and right? That's awful strange. Yeah, we're gonna need to find this guy's camp. Isena? Oh, I have everything you asked for the invisible guy. Wonderful, and in such a short time, too. Isena leaves for a little while, then returns with a small bottle in hand. Tell him to drink this, and all will be as it should. May the great Serena bless him. Alright, let's go give this to the invisible guy. We're not gonna give him to the merchant to do illegal crap, and we're not gonna turn him in. He'll probably just be stuck in prison, and they won't know how to heal him or anything like that. So, let's head over here. Alright. So, the potion you drank was spoiled from being stored for too long.
Really? You know, it did have these exquisite moldy notes to it.
Are you going to start drinking again once you're visible?
Me? Drink? Not a drop. Never again. Just please help.
Alright, Isena brewed you a potion. An invisible hand snatches a potion from your fingers, and you hear several greedy gulps.
That's an interesting flavor. Raspberry and wolf fur, is it?
The man who materializes before you looks overjoyed.
My body! My dear old body! Thank you, thank you. From now on, I'll be drinking only the tried and true stuff, I swear. I mean, I won't be drinking anything at all. I swear on Serana's tail, I won't.
I'm sure. Alright, we do still have a couple minutes. We can see if we can find those, golems. Let me drop a save first. Alright, out we go. See what we can find out here. Loot what we can, of course. We're not gonna go over to the caravanners yet. That's probably gonna be something that takes a bit. Tefan? Who are you? What are you gawping at? Keep your eyes to yourself and move along. Okay. Unusual, but okay. We got a path over here. Oh! Ah, the wolf. That must be Serena. Oh. Still alive, you mangy mutt. Toss her aside. Oh. Oh dear. Toss her aside. Our master will deal with her later and bite off the heads of these irritating mortals. Yeah, we're gonna kill you.
Make every strike count.
Some Darachni Devastators, you guys couldn't be too bad.
Precision and grace.
This wound
And
will
dealt
get
with.
to you.
So, That leads to the Forest of Forgotten Spirits, which we are not going to go to yet. We've still got a few other things to deal with around here. Oh, shit. Hold on. Brass Golem Bodyguards. Right. This is probably going to be painful. Let me drop another save. Alright, let's see here.
Yet another obstacle.
Answering your questions isn't one of my duties. Try asking my boss if you want to know. Okay, and they're all right here.
Your performance is lacking. You
Okay,
are
the
lacking.
golem is dead, and we have these things.
Tactical retreat!
Is
Well-
this a mock fight?
The pilgrim is dead. Bloodstained notes. Your talents in the art of poison are phenomenal. My patrons will appreciate your work greatly. You may consider these guard golems a gift. After all, we would not want any misfortune to befall one of our best agents. Crow in Shadow. Well, that's very worrying.
Missed me already.
Alright, cast Lesser Restoration on him, please. You know, actually... No, you can cast it again. Actually... Go ahead with a cleanse. It's personal! I didn't realize it was personal. Oops. Okay, so cleanse is less useful than I thought, but it might have use in the future. Alright, so we've cleared out him. As I said, we're not going to deal with the caravan now. But we should probably report in on this. After studying the nature of the epidemic, the commander has good news and bad news for the chieftain. The good news is that there was never was an epidemic and the quarantine can be lifted. The bad news is that this town is an active saboteur who has been poisoning people to create a false impression of mass contagion. Who could it be? That's a good question. I have a feeling she might not have anything to say, but we may as well mention it to her anyway. Just a bit of running to get there. Hello again, Asena. Nope, nothing to say. Alright, over to the chieftain then. Yeah, I'll have that nice long run cut out. Okay. Oh, chieftain, we have news. Greetings, hero of hazy prophecy. Have you had a look around? How do you like our Gundren? It's rather nice here. Come on now, you don't have to praise our land out of politeness like it's someone's child. Or are you truly enjoying your stay here? Good then, not many who visit us can truly appreciate this place. Actually, I'm gonna drop a save just in case things somehow get hostile. Alright, so Sigvorn, I want to talk about the reasons for the quarantine. Did you manage to find out something about this sickness? That's good, let's discuss it with my advisor. Sigvorn wears a smile, but your arrival has clearly put his advisor on edge. Let's skip the pleasantries and get down to business. I hear you've gone and stirred up all of Gundren over this. Did you work out anything about this affliction of ours? My investigation has borne fruit. Sigvorn slaps his knee. You go at a problem like a wolf with a slab of meat. You won't drop it for love nor money. I'll listen well to what you have to say. I'm certain that this is no disease. Not a disease? What makes you say that? Only the healer from Numeria is capable of determining that. Don't listen to them, my chief. We should wait for the healer. We've waited long enough already. Now we're going to listen to whatever our guest has to say. Not long before the sickness broke out, a suspicious person was seen in the town claiming to be a pilgrim. He was giving out food for free. What could be the cause of such generosity? Strange. Why would any pilgrims come here? We worship Serena, of course, but who outside our town would know about her temple and come all this way? As for handing out food, what a load of nonsense. Have you heard anything about this, Bjord? I saw the fellow, but what does that matter? I don't see why he's relevant, Chief. He was just an ordinary pilgrim. His food couldn't have been spoiled or poisoned, and a pilgrimage is a perfect cover story for a spy. You saw him and didn't check. I'm disappointed in you, Bjord. I talked to the afflicted townsfolk. They all ate the pilgrim's food and fell ill soon after. They ate it and then got sick, is that right? Oh, well, that's interesting. What's interesting about it? It's a completely ordinary coincidence. Who even remembers what they ate on any given day? I found a dead dog. Its owner said the animal died after eating the meat the pilgrim had handed out. The dog ate the pilgrim's food and died. Now there's something to consider. What's the pilgrim got to do with it? The sickness is highly contagious, that's all. Even animals aren't immune. I found the person who was giving out food. He's dead, but there was a contract to supply poison in his pocket. So our pilgrim's journey didn't last very long, and he certainly didn't have spiritual matters on his mind. This whole thing is fishy. We need to take a look at those documents. We can't take Outlanders at their word, Chief. A conspiracy on Ogundran? Ridiculous. Who'd waste their time on this town? I would, for one, Bjord. Sigvorn frowns, looking at his advisor, who seems to shrink under his gaze. Look at this. It's a contract to supply poison that I found on the dead pilgrim. An interesting note. Sigvorn takes the contract from you and turns it this way and that, peering at it. I don't recognize the hand, but the date rings a bell. That's the day I gave you the money and told you to send a messenger to Numeria for the healer. The world is full of coincidences, my chief. Bjord's expression is calm, but a drop of sweat trickles down his temple. All the evidence indicates that someone deliberately poisoned the townsfolk. I think there is truth to your words. You can't write this off as a coincidence. Bjord, didn't you tell me recently that you needed to send off for some poison to deal with pests in the granary? Did I? Perhaps I did, but I've so much to do I can't keep track of it all. You saddled me with managing everything in the town. No matter what it is, I'm the one who has to do it. I'm the one who has to find the time. And has anyone ever thanked me for it? No, you take all the credit. That's why you're so angry, Bjord. I've always valued the work you do. Valued? Me? Pah, you dragged me to this cursed place. You said it would be for a year, and 10 years later you're still festering here. Don't like the sound of that, Sigvorn? Wake up. On its own, this place is a worthless hole in the ground. Seems your advisor has betrayed you, Sigvorn. Nonsense. Bjord may not be acting like himself, but he's no traitor. Tell them, Bjord. I am so sick of you, you noble idiot. Sigvorn, this place is dying, and I don't want to die along with it. There are forces at work that we cannot overcome. It would be better to submit, to join their side. And there you have it. The difference between a clan and a band of mercenaries. You can trust people, you can have dealings with them for decades, but that doesn't make them kin. Ah, family. Blood ties, eternal values, and so on and so forth. The unshakable pillar of Sarkorian society. And we saw a fine example of it in Current Glen. No, Bjord. Tell me it's not true. You couldn't have betrayed your town like this. My town? Ha! I left my town to follow you, and you dragged me here to this dying puddle of devil's spit. Yes, I betrayed you, but you betrayed me first.
Time for debates.
Oh dear. And the mages are hostile. Yeah, we're gonna need to deal with you guys. Ivu, if you don't mind. Right, you attack that spellcaster. You, Lan, get an extra shot in. Kill these spellcasters.
Survive me.
Well, that killed those two. Not keen on the burning ark. But you know what? How about you guys burn? Well, we have some bodyguards. Little late. Oh dear, a greater water elemental. Okay, I didn't see that coming. How about a dismissal? I said a dismissal. You can't dismissal it. Is it melee or something? I don't know. You need to go around to get there. Okay.
This will hurt.
Sigvorn? There's damage there. You can go and attack this spellcaster. You can finish off this spellcaster. You...
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
I don't know why we can't attack that one. More attacks.
Endure this.
There we go.
You are lacking.
I would never have imagined that that's what Bjorndolf thought of me. Well, I'll be. I wonder how much they paid him to betray me. Sigvorn shakes his head in bewilderment. It doesn't matter. Thank you for helping to expose that scoundrel. If only I knew the name of whoever hired him. Seems it will remain a mystery for now. Will you lift the quarantine now? Of course I will. It's not much use to us anymore, is it, that quarantine? That advisor of mine, the Viper. How much longer would he have had me fooled if you hadn't stepped in? Okay. Carry on. Your talents have been noted, and my patrons have promised you a respectable future. Crow in Shadow. The contract for a Numerian healer has been written and signed, but has since been crumpled. More importantly, it should have been somewhere other than in the advisor's pocket. We have solid hide armor. We do have something, Sigvorn. Okay, I guess we can't give that to him. Solid hide armor. What does that do? +1 hide armor gives it wear DR2. Honest against anything. That one's just... You know, the Bruises Chain shirt can remain. There's a Swarmsbane clasp again, so... Alright. And with that, I am going to end this episode here. Next episode... I think what we're going to have to handle next episode will be that caravan. So, that'll be in the next episode. Till then, I am Cheswick44, also known as Fly. That is me, Ulbrig, Woljif, Darin, Lan, and Nenio. This has been a Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous, and I shall see you all next time.